do a tarot reading, and I'm going to record it. My mental health is all over the place. I feel like no one's taking me seriously. I feel lost, completely defeated. Like I'm going nowhere in life. And continuously, consistently, I just hate myself. And I couldn't tell you why. Other than the fact that everything I do and say isn't a reflection of who I want to be, and yet I still do it. It's like there's a divide. It's like there's an inner fight that I'm not winning. But I don't know who is. So yeah, I'm going to do a tarot reading and keep these as sort of a record so I can look back and try and see a pattern in my own behaviour, because as much as I can see patterns, I seem to be ignorant to my own. So yeah, I have tarot cards over here. I would move the chair, but I'm gonna go. I've been using this Dreams of Gaia tarot. The descriptions are intense, but I feel weirdly more connected to this than my other ones. I don't understand. There's something about tarot that's quite comforting. If you really only see it as a form of divination, and when you really think of it as a coping tool, I guess, then I don't know what I'm saying. Don't know if anything I say makes sense. Honestly, don't see the point in talking half the time. I don't know what's wrong. I don't know who I am. Don't know what I want to be. I just don't know. And sometimes I feel like tarot helps me put my existence into words that I can't come up with myself, phrases, meanings, examples. My emotions seem to rule me. My life doesn't feel right, content. It feels complacent. I float. I fall. I hermit. One card has fallen. Let's see what the other two will bring. Sometimes when I do tarot, I do think it's a waste of time. But I still get drawn to it each and every time. I still feel like there's something in exploring yourself with cards that have some sort of meaning, that mean different things, have different outcomes, can show who you are, who you're not, what you want. I just feel like there's two. There's three. So, this one is water. It's the 8 of water. You can see the dolphins and chakras, the moon in the background. Let's read it. 283. Okay. So the 8 of water. Keywords: gratitude, appreciation, delight, joyfulness, happiness, positivity, pride, harmony. Key phrases: a positive state of appreciation, the attitude of gratitude, creating a positive environment, be prideful, not boastful, cherish what you have now. If you are already unhappy, more will not make you happier. Focus on what is good in your life. Question an unnecessary desire for more. So the meaning. The 8 of water symbolises how a positive state of appreciation and gratitude can influence our lives and environment for the better. When you make a conscious choice to take pride in all that you do and appreciate all that you have, you open yourself to more good vibrations and more reasons to be happy. It is important to approach life with delight and joy, to take time to laugh and take time to laugh at life and at yourself. It needs to be, if needs be. I really hate talking out loud. It might be unrealistic to hope to be happy all the time, but by taking the time to appreciate the people, the beauty and the abundance in our lives, we create moments when our happiness is deeper and more enduring. We create ease by choosing to focus on all that is good in our lives. We will create a positive, emotional, two-way energy flow that, like water, finds its way into every crack, where it washes away cynicism, criticism, confusion, conflict, and anything else that may be weighing us down. Genuine appreciation lightens and uplifts the spirit, while expressing our gratitude is a powerful means of asking for the source of appreciation to continue, whilst giving back energetically at the same time. When the 8 of water appears in your reading, he symbolises the importance of expressing gratitude and appreciation. We all have good in our lives. Cherish it in the here and now. XX. Emotions. The stack of cards is very cool. I apologise that you can see the reflection of the screen. It is what it is. This one's a major arcana. My dog's barking. What is it, Pip? You okay? Big stretch? This is going to be a long one. The fact that it is emotions just makes sense. I am such an emotional being, and sometimes I feel like I have no control. Anyway, keywords: emotions, feelings, emotional honesty, positive emotions, negative emotions, acknowledgement, acceptance, expression. Key phrases: all emotions are necessary. How are your feelings influencing you? Are your feelings to use your feelings to evaluate a situation? Heed the message behind the feeling. Are you a negative or positive person? Do not prejudge the present based on the past. Practice acknowledging your feelings. Fill your day with laughter. Step back and detach emotionally. Positive emotions open you up to learning. Repressing emotions creates dis-ease. Address symptoms of emotional repression. So the meaning. The emotions card is the third of the 8 influence cards and represents the influence that our feelings and emotions have upon our choices and decisions. The positive feelings and emotions that have the most influence upon us are love, joy, gratitude, peace or serenity, hopefulness, inspiration, amusement, pride, awe, and curiosity. We also feel a range of negative emotions, with the primary examples being fear, anger, disgust, jealousy, sadness, regret, loss, and hate. The key message of the emotions card is that feelings and emotions are neither good nor bad. All are necessary, and each and every emotion we experience has both a positive and negative element to its nature. Positive and negative exist in all that influences us, whether it be a single thought, belief, experience, or an emotion. When you hold a simple, unmarked magnet in your hand and look at it, you can tell a difference between the negative pole and the positive pole. Well, can you? Can you tell a difference between the negative pole and the positive pole? No, you cannot. In the same way, negative emotions are indistinguishable to positive emotions. Negative is the polar opposite of positive, and like many polar extremes, these do not denote good or bad. They are simply the opposite of each other, and both poles are necessary for us to function in a whole and healthful manner. Without experiencing the weightier emotions we have come to associate with pain and discomfort, we can become so positive that we become complacent and ignore the danger signals and warning signs all around us. We may become so busy laughing and having fun that we walk right off a cliff because we are not paying attention and didn't see or sense the oncoming danger. It is the emotional response we have after the fall that has us learning and laughing it off or choosing to blame or condemn. Would you feel anger over your carelessness, blame someone else for not having put a large sign up or warning of the danger, or would you laugh and take it as a reminder to be more cautious in the future? The emotion we give lightness or weight to, our thoughts, beliefs. The emotions we feel give lightness or weight to our thoughts, beliefs, and perceptions. They give them power. We are told that positive emotions open up our focus and inspire us to be curious, to learn, and to retain information. Negative emotions focus and narrow our attention to ensure we deal with an issue. But feelings of joy can blind us to warning signs, just as anger or fear can blind us to opportunities and experiences that will bring us joy. They say love is blind, and it can make us blind to the many things that we should address but are afraid to, because to do so might place our relationships at risk. While we may experience anger when somebody crosses our boundaries, that emotion can serve us by providing the impetus we need to end a toxic relationship. In the same way, fear can serve to warn us of impending danger, which in turn can help keep us safe from harm. When we feel regret, we are offered the opportunity to realign our values and to set goals and to act on them. When we experience jealousy, we can see it as an invitation to look within and address neglect within ourselves or a lack of it. When we experience jealousy, we can see it as an invitation to look within and address neglect within ourselves or a lack or imbalance within our relationships. In these and many other ways, negative emotions can have a positive influence by helping us see what is amiss in our lives and even how it can be addressed. Emotions, both positive and negative, and the positive and negative aspects of each emotion itself can have a great influence upon our decision-making process, depending on the emotional imprint that is made with each experience. The emotions we feel play a fundamental role in the retention of memories. Encounters that leave us lukewarm are likely to be forgotten, while those that stir up intense emotions will be remembered for much longer. If those emotions are repeated from one experience to the next, they can also give rise to set emotional responses that impact on our present. They can also give rise to a belief that the repeated experience will generate the same emotional outcome. If you experience intense feelings related to a particular event, for example, the intense fear mingled with excitement that you could feel if you were to parachute out of a plane, it is unlikely that you will ever forget that feeling or at the moment that inspired it. However, an activity as mundane as hanging out your washing on the clothesline is not likely to be associated with any feeling intense enough to be remembered in great detail in the future, unless you were abducted by aliens as you hung your undergarments out to dry. Our emotions help us to evaluate our experiences. From there we use those emotional evaluations to see and weigh our options, make our decisions and guide our actions. Our emotions in themselves are neither good nor bad. It is how we manage them and allow them to influence our thoughts, beliefs and perception that brings us low or has us shining bright. With the Major Arcana cards in this tarot deck, they tell you what each card represents when they're in the past, present or future position. This one is in the present. So when the emotions card appears in the present position, it represents a need to learn to recognise and understand your emotions. It symbolises the importance of working with and managing your feelings, not controlling them, but understanding them, accepting them, and allowing them to flow and shift naturally. What are your feelings telling you? If you are feeling at peace or fulfilled, ask yourself why you feel these positive emotions. Knowing and acknowledging the reasons will not only give rise to feelings of appreciation and gratitude, but understanding why you are feeling at peace will enable you to remain in a peaceful state for longer, or move towards a peaceful state in times of increased stress. If you are feeling inspired, why? What were you doing that suddenly had you feeling inspired? Again, this has a positive influence, especially if you can learn to use the more negative emotions that you feel in a creative and productive manner. It is of great benefit to be mindful of your positive emotions, as this awareness will allow you to both acknowledge the moments that gave rise to the good feelings and provide the means to shift your focus away from those negative emotions that can only be lessened with time. On the other hand, it is of benefit to consider the reasons for feeling more negative emotions as well. If you're feeling anger, ask yourself why. What do you need to do in order to resolve or work through this anger? Is it proportional to the situation? If you are feeling afraid, why? What has triggered your anxiety? Is it always present in the background in the form of stress? If so, what can you do to reduce that stress? Are there aspects to your lifestyle, such as diet, sleep patterns, or work pressures, that are adding to your stress levels and in turn increasing your anxiety? Knowing and understanding these things can make you feel more at peace or happy, will give you the means to divert your attention when there is need, and learning to recognise the situations that trigger your anger or fears can help you learn to avoid those situations or work through them with more ease when the situations are unavoidable. You may also find that it is beneficial to create a diversion for times when you experience emotions that you recognise as problematic and unhealthy. For instance, how do you cope with feeling difficult emotions if there is nothing you can do to change your circumstances? One strategy could be to shift your focus in the situation, and in doing so, shift the flow of emotion. How do you cope when you are so afraid or angry that all calm and reason has fled? You might find an outlet, such as deep breathing exercises, writing in a journal, or throwing paint at a canvas. Try going for a walk or a run, lift weights, punch a pillow, call on a friend to talk things through. Dig in the earth, grab a camera and go out and focus your attention elsewhere. The key is not to deny what you are feeling or try to control it, but to refocus your attention on something else until the intensity of the original emotion has subsided and you can begin to work through them. Once that little bit of calm has been restored, you can look at your feelings, look at the situation that triggered them, and then work to resolve them, with less likelihood that you will do something that you might later regret. Again, it is important to understand that what we feel is often a reaction to what we have experienced and can be a message for us to respond to with action. protection. But sometimes, especially if our past has made us more reactive and sensitive, we might overreact and create a situation where resolution is made so much harder, if not impossible. Conflicts are often a direct consequence of misunderstanding. Understanding, including understanding of our own emotions, brings clarity and an opportunity to heal and grow. Make a daily practice of taking a moment to recognize your emotions and honor them by understanding the very useful information they provide. These are very long-winded, but I feel like because they are long-winded, you can take a deeper message from them. These resonate very much with me. As I said, I'm a very emotional person, and I'm going to move on. So the last card is the Six of Earth. We have a very cool looking dude. This one's not as long. So the Sixth of Earth. Keywords: family, community, providence, protection, dependability, responsibility, duty, service, self-sacrifice, martyrdom. Wow. Key phrases: responsibility and duty to family. Give love, care and support. Lead by example. A time of sharing. Learn about nature. Important matters need attention. Protect the animals, forests and oceans. Help for the right reasons. So the Sixth of Earth reminds us of our responsibility and duty to our family, especially the younger members. It asks us to be selfless and in service to those who are in need or dependent on us for love, care and support. If you have children, it is your responsibility to provide them with a home that is safe and free from potential harm. It is your duty to provide for their physical and emotional needs, love and shelter them. As a parent, it is your responsibility to set good examples, to be a role model to those around you. Educate them, teach them to be truthful, respectful, and to do unto others as they would have others do unto them. Teach them about life outside the home, of nature, of the world they dwell on, and their role as custodians and caretakers of this blue-green planet. Teach by word and deed, lead by example. If you have no children, the Sixth of Earth comes to remind you that it is your responsibility to both humanity and Gaia to become the best person you can be. Help where and when you can, in your local community. Teach and share your knowledge wherever possible. Lead by example and be responsible for your words and deeds within the broader community. Look out into the world and understand that we share this planet and its resources, and each of us needs to do what we can to protect the animals, the forests and the oceans. All of us have a duty of care to both family and the environment. While the Sixth of Earth represents possibility and duty of care overall, it also signifies that there is a matter that needs to be taken care of in the present. If this is the case, do not forget, do not delay. Thank you. I don't expect anybody to really come for this. I wonder if that's caught by the film. Either way, this has a very intense meaning for me. Every time I have a tarot reading, especially I have never done it, I've never been given it by somebody else. I've pretty much read my own tarot for a few years now. And I feel stuck. I can take in all of the advice and all of the words and everything, but when it comes to practice, when it comes to actually doing it, again, feels like something else is in control. I should probably go eat something.